Louis V my bag and Louis V on my bed. Chain swing, diamonds bling. Hold on, pistol swing, gang bang.
Friday Eve. What? Friday Eve.
Looking at me like you need instructions. Hold up, nah, I ain't bluffing. I keep the heat like a muffin. Hey, I'm so high right now, man, I ain't even finna rush it. Try to get wet when I touch it. Hey, ain't no talking, no discussion. Hey, yeah.
Yo, my cousin killed that song, man. Woo! I need to go get something to smoke out of. I think all my pipes are downstairs. I'm too lazy to fucking walk back downstairs. Not that cutie pie. Got that cutie pie. Let me just pinch a little bit out of there. Let me just get something. Oh, just little. Well, my pinch might be like this, not like this, but you know, I just want to get a little bit of that cutie pie. The whole thing. When you get a fresh cutie pie, you just hold it like a baby. Like, I love you so much. I just want to consume you. I ain't gonna lie, yo. It's been years and years since I bought a QP. Years since I bought a QP. When my man used to give that shit to me for like a couple $100. Way back in that's how long ago I was buying that shit. It had seeds and everything in it. But I get QP for like $350 or something like that. I was paying for a QP. I feel you. It's never an issue as long as you can support the habit. You ain't begging, borrowing, or stealing. You golden. You is golden. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker do. Can you support your habit? You good. You good in my book. Man, it's so ready to smoke that shit, man. I did my prison class today, and it was just a free session today because we wrapped up our last session on Tuesday, and so instead of jumping, no, you can't beg. You can't be begging for that shit. Hey, that's when I ain't gonna lie, man. Bums and shit be at, hey man, you got $1. I don't never give a bum nothing, man. Hey, I'm not about to support your habit. I'm not about to give you no money. Hey, you got some change? No. I straight lied to somebody the other day. I ain't lying that I lied, but I lied to them. I going in the store, dude. I mean, he way off. He like 30 paces off. Even before I get to the front of the store, I parked at the gas tank, cause I'm about to fill some gas. And so now while I'm pumping the gas, I'm going to the store to grab something. Before I even get to the door, hey, brother, man, you got a cigarette? I said, nah, I don't smoke. He kept walking. I'm not about to support your habit, bro. It's hard enough for me to support my habit. And I smoke a weird ass fucking cigarette too. Like, a lot of people don't smoke these shits. You know how much this shit costs? Man, this pack of cigarettes is $11. $11. $22 for 2. I'm not. Hey man, cigarettes, I declare. 20 in the box and none to spare. White man smoking to his fingertips, a black man smoking till he burn his lips. You asking for one like I got too many? I pay for these bitches, I'ma smoke all 20. You gotta see, I don't smoke. I don't even smoke cigarettes, bro. That shit was right in my glove box. I can't support nobody else's habits, man. I just can't. If you gotta beg, borrow, or steal, you need to stop. Whatever it is, you need to stop doing it. If you ain't got it, stop. Just stop it. But I love meth. Hey man, you stealing, you robbing people to go get a meth hit. Then you need to cut that shit out, man. Go ahead and cut that shit out, bro. Cut that shit short, man. You don't need that shit that damn bad. Out there yelling across a goddamn gas station parking lot for a cigarette. You need to quit. If you gotta do all that extra shit, you don't need a cigarette right now. You need to focus on something else that'll get some money in your pocket so you can go get you some cigarettes. You focusing on the wrong shit right now, bro. You trying to get all the way to the end. You need to go back to the beginning on how to get cigarettes. First, you maintain a decent, clean, outwardly appearance. That's number one. Personal hygiene and appearance. Then you go apply for a job, and hopefully, if you have a clean, personal, outwardly appearance, they'll look at you as a respectable person and give you the opportunity to have some type of gainful employment. Once you get a job, you work said job. You do all duties assigned, and then they pay you for that shit. And then you get this thing called a paycheck. You cash that in, you get money, and then you go buy cigarettes. Cigarettes at the end. You still all the way over here. You trying to skip all the steps to get way over here. It don't work like that. It don't. It never did. Unless you beg, borrow, and steal. That's the only way you can skip all the steps and get to this end. Other than that, man, look. If I could get all my bills paid, and I always like to have like a certain amount. Like if my shit get too low, you know what? This week, I don't think I need a pack of cigarettes. I'm gonna save that $11. I might need that for gas, groceries, or something else that's more important than just smoking a cigarette. And I smoke cigarettes when I can. And if I feel like I need that $11 for something else, then I'm gonna let the cigarettes go for a couple days. That part. Trying to look good for motherfuckers that don't even like you. Nah, I'd rather be fly. I'd rather be dripping in that swag. Once again, don't get me wrong. Having a decent and neat, clean, outwardly appearance is mandatory, but not at the cost of your living conditions. You're gonna be fly as shit on the street, or you can be comfortable with some old clothes in a nice house in the apartment somewhere with a roof over your head. Okay, talking about, I gotta get an outfit for the club. You know the first in 2 days, right? First of the month in 2 days. I hope you got that rent after you buy that outfit. Talking about some Gucci flip-flops. Bitches be having a Coach bag on Section 8. Bitch, how you, wait. How you got a coat? How you got a Coach bag? But you live in the project. Don't you live in the projects? Your priorities is misaligned. I'm sensing a misalignment somewhere. Facts. Jeans, man, I hate to spend more than $30 for a pair of jeans. Polo shirts, I hate to spend more than $30 for that shit. Some shoes, I'll go up to maybe $200. It's like, and that gotta be like some, like my Timbs or some Nikes or something. And man, even when it comes to sneakers, man, I got like 8 pair of shoes. None of them cost more than $40. I just bought a pair of shoes yesterday. No, not last week. I bought a pair of shoes. I got some Pumas, $32. A $32 pair of Pumas. I got some Levi shoes. Them shits was like $12. I got some Tommy Hilfiger, like low cut canvas type shoes. Them shits like $25. Now I do got them Nike Air Max Zooms or some shit. Them shits was like $210. And I got I got a couple of LeBron James sneakers. Them shits was, And I got some good Timberlands that I kick out. But man, even sometimes with shoes, man, them shits match what I'm wearing and they comfortable. I'm telling you now. I'm not big on clothes no more neither. The most expensive pair of shoes I got right now was a gift. Somebody gave them to me. A pair, and they not even sneakers or nothing. They some dress shoes, some loafers. My homeboy gave me a pair of loafers. Them shit's like $300. I have never spent $300 on shoes. Never. That's the most expensive shit I got. I keep everything super simple now. Once again, I've already done my impression and all that shit. I'm not trying to impress people no more. It's not for nothing. You're not impressing nobody for no reason. Once again, nobody don't give a fuck about that shit. Stranger, you just want to look good in front of people you don't even fucking know. I dress nice for art events, and that's it. That's it. Only time I really try to dress nice is for an art event. Because I need to represent my art. So I need to have a decent, clean, and neat outwardly appearance when I'm showcasing my work. Other than that, man, look, I'll go to the grocery store just like this right now. Pink pants, flip flop, hair looking like this. And I don't try to impress people no more, man. That shit costs too much unnecessary money. And I'm not gonna lie, when I went to go look for, like, I had an art event this past Friday, and I was like, okay, honestly, I do want to wear some new shoes. I ain't buy no outfit or nothing. I just wore some old clothes, but I was like, I might get a new pair of sneaks. And I went to Finish Line, and I went to like Foot Locker, and then another store with all the really expensive shit. And I'm looking, and honest, I swear to God, yo, I was ready. Like I say, I'll go up to $200 on a pair of sneakers. So I'm already got that in mind. You know, I'll blow at least two bills. But looking through the goddamn selection, I ain't even like nothing they got on the shelves right now. Like nothing. I went to 3 different shoe stores, and ain't really see. I seen one pair of Nikes. It was like white, gray, and black. Cause that's really what I was looking for. And then when I look at my shoe collection, that shit is fucking stupid. Cause most of my shoes are white and black, and then white shoes can't last but for so long. But anyway, I felt that scheme all over again. Like, let me get some new white and black or something. I seen this one pair of nice looking Nikes, like some running shoes. It was white, black. It had like some little orange highlights in there. And it was only like $170. But then I kept looking at it, I'm like, they okay. They not like, oh shit, I gotta add that. They weren't like that. It was like, and they was the nicest ones. Everything else was like, no. I ain't even want none of that shit, honestly. I think my taste, I'm getting old, man. I don't know. I'm just getting old. No, the stores don't be having shit. And then my homie, the last time he came over, he had on some nice Nike. I was like, damn, bro, where you getting those shits from? He's like, I ordered them online. I was like, damn, but then I'd be scared, like, for the size. But I know I wear like a 9, a 9.5, like in between. I can do a 9 and a 9.5. But it all depends on like the shoe, which how it is, how it's cut. Cause with the LeBrons, I think I got one pair of them shits that's a size 10, yo. Cause that shit fits so tight. I was like, I need a bigger size than this. 9.5. I'll show you the little Pumas I got. Fucking simple as shit. Ain't nothing extravagant, no air bubbles or nothing. It's just a shoe, man. A shoe, and it's black, white, and gray. Black laces. I think I paid like $30, $32 for these joints, man. And they'll match a lot of shit. I got a bunch of white tees and a lot of black tees. I can wear this shit with all that shit. Yeah. And it's all leather. I noticed too, like Nike, a lot of their shoes now, that shit be like the cloth material on the top. Like the stretchy cloth shit. I need leather sneakers, man. Y'all don't make leather shoes no more? Where the leather at? Y'all putting all this cloth and shit on y'all sneakers, and that shit is breathable and all this shit. I get that. Man, I don't know. I like all leather shoes, bro. No. If I can find cheap shoes like this, bruh, that's all I need. I be procrastinating on this paint. I ain't lying, man. This shit. I'm at a spot on this paint that just it's irking the shit out of me. I was listening to my homie Beats yesterday. I actually didn't finish all of them. I don't think I listened to the whole list yet. Khaki. I'll show you what I wore with it. I wonder if I got those photos still. Let's see. I wore fucking teal shorts. In a black and white t-shirt. Like I say, you can do khaki, blue jeans. You can do some black jeans and some black shorts and a white tee. It's black and white. It's the basic colors, man. Basic colors. That shit gonna match damn near anything you put it on. And my homie, he stepped out with the Pumas on too. I was like, boy, what you know about them Pumas? He was like, man, they comfortable. I was like, ain't that the damn truth? He got the motherfucking the hat. These artists, we artists, man. Our style be different, bro. We artists. Our styles be different. You know what I'm saying? We can get away with that shit. If I wear some weird shit, people like, he's an artist. Yeah, I was feeling them shoes that night. When I first put them on, I'm like, okay, this was a good selection. This was a good choice. I got them wide country feet. Motherfucker got them goddamn them Panamanian feet. the Vietnamese feet. Yo, one of my aunts, she can't hardly wear no heels. Cause her feet so wide, she's like, yo, they don't make a lot of high heels for women with wide feet, yo. The Midwest stompers, bro. I know what you mean. Trust me. I know a couple motherfuckers. One of my other homies, his foot wide too, like them Air Force Ones and shit. He don't be wearing them. He like, man, them shit be too tight on my feet. Man, you got them wide ass knuckles on your goddamn on your toes, man. Looking like foot looking like a ball up fist. Me, I do got some fucking slim, narrow ass feet, and some shoes be too wide for me. I try to find narrower shoes. That's why I was wearing them LeBrons for a while, cause them shits, like I say, them shits fit snug, bro. You can tell, like J's, yeah, them shits a flex. They flex for you. But damn, first time I got them LeBrons, whoever designed them shits, you can tell like they really designed for active movement, cause that shit hug your foot so fucking tight, bro. That shit like a latex glove or some shit. And them LeBron, them shit be fitting snug in the motherfucker.
What you do?
You don't know what I do? That's just light red. I want a dark red.
Nope. What you dark? I'll put a little more in there.
Another couple drops.
I'm gonna make a bubble. I need to squish it.
Oh, that's a good amount.
Oh, that's gonna be pretty.
Yeah, makes sense. It doesn't look like sun. A drop the battery.
No, there's no activator in there yet. So put it in there, Joe. Yeah.
Mine just.
Yo, me and the kids making some slime.
Okay.
She made a slime donut. It looks like a donut for real too, yo. She started putting some more glitter on it. I was like, yo, it really does look like a donut. And then the one girl, she was like, I'm about to make poo and trick people. And she put a lot of brown in that shit, yo. It came out looking just like some poo. And then she took this one color, it's like a beige color, and added a little red. She was like, it looks like raw chicken. I was like, yo, these kids are so creative, yo. I was like, what the fuck? Like blending colors and make like real shit. That was crazy. Oh, we had a good time doing that. Yeah, when I be like, we getting close to time, they still doing shit. I'm like, all right, y'all, we gotta start cleaning up. They were like, oh, wait a minute, I gotta do this. Wait, I need a few minutes to do this. I was like, all right, yo, they don't be wanting to leave, yo. Especially if it's a fun activity. And I had something else planned, but last week there was like, well, I was gonna do kites this week. I was gonna build some kites, and they was like, I want to make slime. All right, we can make. That's what y'all want to do. We'll make some slime then. But like I always try to have the projects built out before I do it. So I already made a kite, and so I brought all the slime stuff, but I bought a kite with me too. And really, I just wanted to try it out to see if the kite that I made would actually fly. That shit wouldn't really fly, but anyway, as soon as they seen the kite, they was like, "Oh, we doing this?" I'm like, "No, niggas, y'all asked me to bring slime." I say I'm playing with the kite, and now since they seen the kite, they hype. So next week they're like, "Oh, we can't wait to make kites now." And so I did like redesign it like the way that I built it, and it does fly. So next week we'll build some kites and go out there and like really go get some kites and shit. Y'all see my homemade kite up in the sky? That bitch really flying, bro. No, don't hit the ground. Go back up. There you go. Take that shit back up. Yo, you see them trucks right there? So we getting like some construction done inside the building. Those trucks. So these guys are remodeling out downstairs. They're like tearing down some walls and like building up different offices and shit. So I come outside with the kite, right? And they was out there on the smoke break. And so I'm just flying this kite. The one dude was like, "Oh, you taking a break?" I'm like, "I thought it was a break." I'm like, "This part of my job." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yes, I like, you know, I do a summer program with the kids, and so I got to make sure we have projects. This is one of our projects, and I'm actually testing it. I'm working." He was like, "But that's crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, it is crazy that I get to make kites and go fly kites." I said, I got the dopest fucking job. People don't, it's just so hard to explain that shit, man. People don't understand. I got a fucking cool ass job, man. That shit's about to hit the ground, man. So got that kite to fly, so we'll do that. And then we probably do yeah, that's one of the best things, man. If you actually like your job, you know. Once again, I work for a non-profit, so I don't get paid a lot of money. I know I can make more money at a factory somewhere, or get a CDL or some dumb shit, or a heavy equipment license and go drive a backhoe or a dump truck or some shit. But I like what I do. No, not houses. We did bridges. Popsicle Stick Bridges. So it's a STEM program, science, technology, engineering, and math. You add an A to it, it becomes STEAM instead of STEM. And the A is for art or architecture. And so each lesson has to incorporate some kind of STEM or STEAM aspect to it. And designing houses and building houses, that's design elements and structural integrity. But we did it with bridges, and just to see who can make a bridge that can withstand, like, we put like little weights and stuff on it. And but yeah, that's the thing too, is just trying to have fun but make the project a learning thing at the same time. And then, like, I gotta write, like, it's the weird, I'm so happy I got Chat GPT now, because the last couple of years I really had to like write my lesson plans out and like, okay, this is the objective. Well, the project is popsicle stick bridges. The objectives is to get the children to understand elements of design, structure, and load bearing. In the end, the kids should be able to explain X, Y, Z, and then, you know, like all the different components that are involved in the project, and just trying to write that shit out by hand, like, or type it out. But now I just tell ChatGPT, like, yo, make me a lesson plan for slime. And then studying slime, making slime is a chemical reaction which the kids can understand, combining two different elements or two different chemicals and how they react one to the other. And then also they can learn a word called viscosity, is when something is, it has a solid and liquid aspect at the same time, like slime or toothpaste or a lot of other things, which are, it's fluid but it's not a liquid. And that's the level of viscosity will determine on how fluid something is. And so making slime is that science element in there, and just trying to, like, because once again, we're a non-profit, so we work on grants and donations. And so when we have grants, we have to give information and data to the grantees to say, this is what we're doing with your money. You know what I'm saying? So it all has to sound good, but at the same time be good for the kids and be fun and educational, all in one. So I like it though. It is a lot of fun, yo. I really enjoy it. So we're gonna do, I have like a couple of more projects squared away. Solar powered and battery powered cars, so we can build our own little car, and talk about how light is a particle wave that we don't fully understand, but we still figured out a way to capture light and turn it into energy the same way plants and other things do. And if we can harness this energy, it can power a battery. And then you can build your car. And then the kits that I have gears and cogs, so we can study that, how, okay, if this gear goes this way, then it's going to turn this gear this way. And so you use a smaller gear against a larger gear to get more rotation force out of it. And so, like, building that's a whole motherfucking, that's a lot of different elements in there. Then we're going to do coding with Legos and understanding the basics of computer coding in a like a physical format. And so we can use Legos to, like, learn basic coding. And then we're going to do a diorama of the solar system. And then we're going to do Tetris, but we're going to take little blocks and glue them together and make our own Tetris pieces. And then all the kids can, like, play a game of Tetris and try to fit all their blocks together. Like, we can glue them together and just paint them like different colors and make our own Tetris set. And then I think that's all the projects I have lined. Well, the kite is the next one. And so now I'm really Gonna have to start looking for some more shit. But there's tons of websites and a lot of different good resources for projects for kids. Like that shit is almost endless. So, all right. I think I need to get some painting done. Yeah, the car thing. Yeah, I think the kids are like that. And so right now in the summer, we're doing just 2 hours of just like projects. But during the school year, we normally help them with their homework after school. So we do 1 hour of homework and then 1 hour of a project. So I have to find like shorter, quicker projects to do that won't take 2 hours. And that's gonna be the thing, is just trying to find something we can do in an hour. Or something we can mostly do in an hour, and sometimes they can take it home or come back and we'll finish it the next time. Which won't be a big deal, but I'm pretty sure I can find a lot of stuff. Playing with Legos, man. If I can build that shit with Legos, I'm going straight to the Legos. And they're cheap, and I got like thousands of them on hand, yo. When I order supplies, I just always order Legos. Tonight at 9. Oh, yo, the Wi-Fi's. Yo, he's been doing some good shit lately. He did bro. We just the same, bro. I just be trying. You know what I'm saying? That's all everybody gotta do is just try, bro. When you realize like most people don't even try, it be sad. You know what I'm saying? But that's all you gotta do, man. Just try. Hello? Hey, what's good, man? I'm streaming live on YouTube right now in the studio. What you getting into?
Nothing. I just got out of the shower, about to see what we gonna do today.
Hold on for a minute. Hello? Hey, I'm actually live streaming right now, and I got Monty on the other line. Like, I'm popping right now. let me call you back when I get him off the phone. All right. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Marisa calling. I'm like, yeah, so Eric, I'm live streaming. You call and Marisa call. I'm like, I'm popular right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But I ain't do too much today. I'm about to see what we trying to do today. Like if I'm going somewhere, cause like usually we either go like downtown or we take like walks and shit. So I'm going so I can find. But other than that, I mean my day was alright, I guess. How was your day? You was at work, right?
Yeah, pretty normal. On Thursdays, going to prison and teach classes. Like I ain't really had a lesson for the day, so we just sat around and talked a little bit and like just did some drawing and stuff in there. And
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I had ordered some wrong stuff from Amazon for like one of my projects, and I had to take it back, so I dropped that off, and I don't know, did a couple resumes. Like I had a busy day, but it was still a pretty chill day though.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Let me hit you back after I get out the studio.
Alright, yeah, so I'm later.
All right, I will. All right. Yo, yes sir. Peace, bro. It is definitely hot. But I had to let the studio try to cool off a little bit before I came in here. 'Cause it was warm in this bitch, bro. Alright, so I gotta remember to call my young boy and call Shorty back. Oh, come on, Jesus Christ! I can't even set the camera up. I want to see if I can find what I did yesterday. I don't know why I keep feeling like something is. I got like a long hair on my arm. I feel like something's crawling on it. I did get another. I got a pack of black, white. No. I actually got a pack of black, light gray, and dark gray socks. They just, I don't know, some no-name shits, but they got the number 8 on the toe. Right now, I'm still wearing these AND1s. These other AND1s I had got. This string?
I got it. I feel like I got to.
like some no-name shit. But it's this the darker gray, it's a lighter gray and a black one. But them shits is, yo, it's like 12 pair of socks for, I think that shit was like $7. I got them when I got the fucking when I got the shoes. So I was like, oh, I got the black, white, and gray shoes. I was like, you know what? I think I need some new black socks to go with these motherfuckers, yo. And then I just seen a pack of socks. That shit was like 12 pair of socks for a few bucks. I just need to grab these motherfuckers right now with some new socks and my new shoes. Oh yeah, they nice. They definitely nice. For the price too, I wasn't even mad. Somewhere it's summer. Close that door, try to keep my cold air in here. It's taking a long time to download the track. There we go. Somewhere it's summer. Let me come back to that one. This one is called The Last Samurai. My man say he be making all kind of shit. Oh damn, I don't even got the what you call it? I don't got the iPad with the picture. See, I asked my man for some beats and he's giving me some beats. But then when I be listening to other people's beats, that shit be making me want to make more beats. I'd be like, damn, can I make something like that? And then when I try to make beats, them shit don't be sounding right. Alright, so I'm gonna need a little bit of paint on here real quick too. Let's see, grab some of this, I guess. Maybe. What was that? No. That was more than likely this raw sienna. Grab some raw sienna. Then I'm gonna grab a little bit more Van Dyke brown. And then I may grab what is blue. I may grab some of this Prussian. And alright, let me just see what I can do with that. See where I can go from there. Just beat down a little yet. There it goes. The Last Samurai. So I got this. I already have this one concept for a track, right? Where it's, I can call it conspiracy theory. And it's me meeting a girl, right? And it's, you know, like maybe one of our first conversations, and she's like, "Oh, you're into conspiracy theories?" And then it just becomes like this back and forth where we say, "Well, what about? Well, what about?" So she'd be like, "Well," and just to see who knows the most stuff about what. So she could be like, "What about Roswell, New Mexico?" And I could be like, "Well, what about the Philadelphia experiment? What about the Tunguska event? What about the Bay of Pigs? What about 9/11 and all the shit they did? And what about the Kennedy assassination? What about underground military installations? What about," and then just keep going back and forth, and it's just like, see who can name off the most conspiracies, yo. What about Malcolm X and Martin Luther? What about they got heart attack guns when they shoot you? What about vaccinations? What about uh, what about mass incarceration? Hold on, let me see. I don't know why these files have to download individually like that. Well, I'm not getting no sound from my laptop. I'm gonna have to download these beats later, cause man.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube. Look at it. We got crazy one for y'all here today, man. Just make sure you smash that like button. 50% of the people that watch this channel are subscribe. Theoretically, has to be subscribers. It's your shadow one. But look, go ahead and join videos as soon as they drop, man. We're dropping a lot of important gems out here in the streets. Look, man. I know where to find these videos. Look, let's get into this video. Hopefully y'all been having a good day. Good vibes only. Just know we're gonna do this thing called Life Together. Let's get it.
What is this?
Hey, what the fuck is that? Oh, we finally saw something. Come on, you have to come. Here, go on. Here. No, baby, that's not a plane.
Definitely not a plane. When did planes start looking like that?
Shit. What the fuck is that? I don't know.
That ain't no fucking plane. I done flown on a plane before. That ain't no plane. Ain't no game like no plane I ever been on. I know they got different kinds of planes too, but still, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's not, it's not an asteroid or anything because that would have burned up by now. The fire's gone. That, baby, we just, what the fuck?
Now, it might have been a meteor or something, because that shit did look like it was getting smaller. Shit just burned up in the
No,
atmosphere.
it's still going. Look at it, it's still going. It's still going, babe.
I don't know.
I think that was something coming in the atmosphere and now it's going out. I don't fucking get it.
Yeah, it looks like something is bouncing off the fucking, off the area, like off the atmosphere. Like this shit skirting across one of the outer layers.
See how the camera, see how the camera can pick it up differently? I know. Look at the light it's giving off. Look at that light.
Hey, do y'all think that went through the firmament, or is it still inside here with us?
This motherfucker really believe in the firmament, though.
Let me explain. Do explain this in the comments down below, because what we do know is this does not resemble a rocket being shot. They don't. The light doesn't dissipate, disappear, and then come back. Then you have a ball of light at the end of the light. You get what I'm saying? Like, please do explain. What do y'all think that is? It's obvious.
What the light is? It's crazy. It's a big ass flashlight.
It's like it's flashing back at us. It's like it poked a hole in the in a dark sky, and now it's letting light through. Like it's like we got shaders on the earth. Like it's poked a hole in the blinds.
Man, I feel good. Could be the fool of me. Or these toys to get my mind right. Or maybe it's Petco keeping me healthy for less money. Oh.
lane scratched out. I know you see one right there. Oh, bruh, he's still down here at night. Still, look at that. Right there, Miami. I'm not playing with the airport right over here.
That's wild. I see him all the time out here too.
What the fuck? No fucking way. Ooh! Holy shit! They're coming for you, Tony.
And yo, this is why the government has to talk about this shit. They've been having meetings about this shit in Congress for 2 years now. They started that shit last year. Y'all can't keep hiding this shit no more, man. Y'all gonna have to say something. They gotta say something. Cause too many motherfuckers got cameras, man. Like, what you think? People don't see this shit? You can't. Come on, man. And then if it's not what we think it is, aliens or UFOs, then you gotta tell us something. We need to know something, man. What the fuck is it then? Cause y'all already know. We know that y'all know, and we know that y'all not telling us because you think we can't handle whatever. I already know, man. These motherfuckers know whatever the fuck that shit is. Once again, too many people. Thousands of people, yo. Like, back in the day when motherfuckers was like, oh, I saw a UFO. Ain't nobody had no cameras to record that shit and be like, yo, this. And just show it to you like, yo, look at this shit I seen. You know what I'm saying? Betty and Barney Hill and Travis, whatever his name was, and all these other people who said they got abducted and all this shit. Like, they couldn't show us what they saw. Now, everybody. 93% of Americans have a smartphone. Not just a phone, but a smartphone that already comes equipped with a camera and all that shit. 93% of Americans have a smartphone. You're not going to be able to hide this shit no more. It's kind of weird, actually. Like, I already knew, like, from years ago that, like, the lifetime that I'm living, this shit is crazy how history is going to write this shit, yo. Like, a lot of crazy shit happened in my lifetime. That the advent of the internet, one of the weirdest wars we ever had with that 9/11 Iraqi shit, because America has not been attacked like that ever. But then, you know, all the conspiracies behind that, the rise of AI, independent space travel, and possibly man missions to Mars, life extension technology. Like, yo, there's so much shit happening right now. Possibly the disclosure of extraterrestrial presence on our planet. Possibly the end of marijuana prohibition. We're living in a crazy, crazy time. This shit just getting wilder and wilder.
said that's not Taylor Swift. Hell no, it ain't malfunctioning. Well, look, it's cool. Hey, y'all think she up there in that ship?
Bro, what the fuck is that?
Hey, but you notice though, like, look, you can't say that something that is coming from the ground, because then you will see the light emanating from the ground, like originating from the ground and going up into the clouds. That's obviously over the top, you know, projecting through the clouds. But
Y'all missed it. It's like 3:40 in the morning. I'm seeing a badass eclipse, man. Y'all missed this. Man, it's crazy. Which is weird though, because there's like a moon over here. That's why I thought it was weird, but I was like, whatever. There's two of them.
is that the black sun that we speak of?
That's right. They're stopping.
I don't know what that is.
Look,
but
one
they're
just
moving around.
disappeared.
They're like moving. I told you I got good outside. It's like a little rain, bro. Yeah, your clutch shots, bro. Really?
I don't hear nothing. It's disappearing.
Hello, Pentagon. We want some answers.
What the fuck is that?
Oh,
It shot a cloud out.
oh,
I see it. I caught it. I caught it on film.
I've never seen that.
Go get the gun.
He said, go get the gun. Hey, that gun ain't gonna work, or whatever they're using for that gun ain't gonna work, bro.
That shit did shoot like a little weird circle, like
It
a
shot a
smoke.
cloud out, didn't it?
Yeah, like a little smoke ring.
President Putin is using others. Like,
Hey, this clip right here is gonna be a little choppy sometimes, but we gotta bear with it. This is the best we got, but this is the KGB agent talking again. You know, we covered this like months and months ago, you know, like almost a year ago. But this is another clip speaking further about Putin's situation with the Anunnaki and like fighting against them and stuff. So
what's the disclose information he cannot?
Information like what your government calls the Anunnaki threat?
One of the things, yes.
Let's focus there for a second. To start, can you tell us when your government learned of this race and give us a little background on how Putin determined that they were, shall we say, not very friendly?
He's in Lodi, 2005. You know, remember this that day. We began receiving intelligence reports of structural still. We knew as the best in conflict areas in Syria, Afghanistan, and Ukraine. Many reports surfaced of
hey, in parts of Ukraine, put like, yo, start putting this together, y'all. What? Look, it's gonna come to a full loop. I can't give you everything, but you listen to where this is happening at and what's going on currently.
stolen film this daily good meetings and sharing Ukraine the conduct control. That's just one beginning. What we know is that this race really deep and speak out hotspots when it's the people they can themselves within the age of war. So they fear apostates and take decisions that and sometimes the enemy.
Can you tell us how exactly Putin plans to defeat and technologically and potentially numerically superior foe.
Some things I can say, some I cannot. Yeah. If I'm discovered that Anunnaki were resilient to small arms, people would. Usually they don't put them. Then put them. Secret, he gave secret executive order to organize nationwide effort to defeat this ones. Military base in Europe. Mountains. It was repurposed as a top secret ET, like extraterrestrial research center, to train Russian special services and to develop technology capable of producing these.
I presume you're referring to the Mskoya facility, and I'd like to return to that in a minute. How did your nation discover a weakness in the Anunnaki?
That's mistakenly wounded for another. Since the was dead on the base, it couldn't go. Scientists tried to interpret it could not understand the language. It speak in chirps and shouts. If they could understand us, it never let us know, since interrogation not possible without that next thing, science. So, we exposed the Anunnaki to extreme heat, extreme cold, acid, even knowledge of poison. For many months we discovered two beings. Acoustical, so certain frequencies.
They tried acid, cold weather, extreme heat.
Hello, lovely people. Constantly feeling sluggish, fatigued, and as if you're drained physically and mentally. Lack the energy and motivation to focus on work or day-to-day activities. Keep watching this video to learn how I help.
None of that worked. Frequencies. Come on, man.
Don't knock too much pain, then make them fall to the ground. Also, they can be killed by energy-based weapons like the laser. Can kill laser powerful enough to aid a single condition. That's the big bang. Unfortunately, these weapons were allowed and must be in equal.
Some of them are bigger than others, different species. They're not Anunnaki. They don't work. These weapons that they have don't work on the bigger ones. They work on the smaller ones. That's what he's saying.
And do you know how many encounters have Russian special services had with the Anunnaki?
Yes. 7. There's recent bombings in Syria. It's in Syria.
You say bombings. Bombs, in my mind, are considered conventional weapons.
Yes. Those special ordnance Ministry of Defense, they do no technical schematics, but in addition to exploding weapons release energy pulse on detonation that damages Anunnaki brain.
Well, if that being said, and if that is true, then Putin should have no problem wiping all the existing Anunnaki off the face of the planet.
If only it was so easy. Anunnaki have a unique form of transportation. Those portals which only they can see instantaneously from one location to another. If they see the attack coming, they can spread back on this second, they can vanish from the portal and reappear somewhere else. Maybe thousands. We speculate that the portals of fixed locations had installed by the Anunnaki in previous years. And we have no idea how many of these portals are on the planet, being millions for all of it, and even back to their home.
And based on what you know, where is that?
Intelligence believes the Anunnaki natives of the 5th and 7th planet of the Vedic system.
How did Putin or whomever with the Ministry of Defense or you come by that information?
They told us.
Some clarification is needed here, Strelnikov. Earlier, a few minutes ago, you said communication with the Anunnaki was impossible. That being so, how was this information delivered?
Yes, in that statement, I referred only to the captured one, the captured Anunnaki group.
So the captured Anunnaki don't, if y'all can't hear this properly, the captured Anunnaki did not communicate with them. So that's why they try to break them with all these different experiments and stuff. But, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Many engagement with these evil creatures. Some times ago we killed nearly 200 of them. And that's why Anunnaki emissary reached out to President Putin and came to make this periscope perfect trust.
Where did this contact happen?
It materialized near Ministry of Defense headquarters and demanded to speak with us. They called 4 meters, translucent skin, raising in and out of existence.
No problem, Strelnikov. You do not know how grateful I am to you for sharing with us this incredibly important story. I hope that you will agree to chat with me again. There's certainly a lot more information about the Anunnaki to cover, and I would like to conclude with that topic before we dive into other topics.
All right, Mike. I will be in touch with you.
All right, well, thank you very much, Strelnikov. You have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
What's our next estimate?
You gotta think though, like, we gotta really, like, look at these videos, man. This dude is not here no more. Strelnikov not here no more. Dude was calling his whole name on the joint. You feel me? Like, we knew what was gonna happen after you start speaking, especially, like, you say something against that man Putin out there, it's over for you. Oh, he gonna get you. It's over. But look, like, how y'all feel about that? He said that they were phasing in and out of existence, like the big dog one, I guess, showed up. And that's, you remember that he gave the interview before, he was saying the same thing. And is he getting a little bit more into detail now about the situations? But look, it is what it is. We're gonna keep going, y'all. Believe what you want to believe. Go out here and do your own research. Don't believe nothing you hear on these videos.
The next ultimate destination is... No, the next one. Congressman, the next destination, as I said before, is the International Space Station.
All right, let's not be trite then. What is the one after that?
It's Mars.
So there's nothing in between, as far as you're concerned.
But there are intermediate stops.
What are they? What's the next one?
The moon is a destination. Lagrange points are destinations.
Which one is next?
You mean, where do we go immediately next? Is that the question?
That's what next means.
Congressman, we are in the process of developing a program. I will have to be able to give you the details, and I will come back and make it for the record in the coming months.
So why are we even talking about how to get to the next destination? We don't even know what that is.
Congressman, we do know what it is. We know
what is it?
Congressman, we can go back and forth
We seem to have to here. I'm looking for an answer.
The next destination in the constellation program was the moon.
Remember this? Why would Google be promoting this? As a joke. As a joke? No. We know why. They were panicking. Panicking because the platform they purchased 10 years ago was collapsing with truth. The powers that be would not allow that.
We want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. 3D printing offers more possibilities than ever, and Xometry is here to bring your big ideas to life.
I have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by promoting low-quality content and promoting more authoritative content, and the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn out a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay. So instead of deleting all of the millions of videos we have made, they simply decided to bring in their puppets to reiterate the agenda at stake.
We are already sufficiently motivated to invest the necessary resources and people in addressing this threat.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Yo, my question is, why is this such a big deal to them if it's not? You know what I'm saying? They done lied about everything in our history, even about the people that inhabit this country. But for some strange reason, bro, y'all working so hard. We know what it is, man. They working so hard, bro, on this. Like, I wasn't originally like, oh, one of these people, it's a flat earth. Like, I'm still, like, trying to figure this out, bro. I'm one of the people that got to, like, see it for myself, you know? But I don't blame people for thinking either way or the other, bro. We all trying to figure this out, right? Most people that debate about this stuff, you've never been outside of space. You've never been in a rocket. You've never seen the earth from a different angle. Some of y'all haven't even been in a plane before. So shut your ass up, you know? But we're going to get to the bottom of this. But they're working, it's just weird how they're working so hard to, like, disprove this, but they can't.
The earth being flat is getting out of control. Can you please help?
When you stand on the shoulders of those who came before, you might just see far enough to realize the earth isn't flat.
What was one is?
2.
The color is the sky.
Blue.
And the earth is
Round. Second is here.
This book celebrates flat earth theory that is spreading ironically around the world.
World and its possible roundness.
Spinning. Now they're talking about it. They want you to search for it. Because they already changed their algorithm to be set up in their favor.
What is this trash?
None of this tells you our side of the story. These are all videos they put together, so you can watch and learn nothing. Nothing that any of us would show you. Like here, have you ever seen a time lapse of the sun? Does it look like the Earth is rotating backwards and the sun is still? Or does it look like our sun is simply moving across our sky, traveling away from your perspective? Again, but with some inversion. You can clearly see the sun, not only decreasing its size, but heading towards its next destination with a slight turn before it disappears from your line of sight. While Google would make sure when you type in flat Earth that nothing like this would ever pop up, many agree the science regarding our sun is far from settled.
We're told that the sun is a massive ball of burning gas 93 million miles away. But if that were true, then all the light that arrives here would be parallel because it's so far away. And it has to be parallel because one of the most often cited supposed globe proofs is Eratosthenes' experiment between Alexandria and Syene, by which he calculated the size of the Earth. For that calculation to be accurate, the light must come down parallel. The only problem is that that's not what we see. If you go out on a sunny day with broken cloud, what you'll see is that light comes down at angles, diverging angles. And that means that we can follow those light rays back to the source and triangulate the sun's height above the Earth, proving that the sun isn't millions of miles away. But we can also perform physical experiments that prove that these crepuscular rays, as they're called, can only be recreated with a light source that is small and close.
It doesn't take a genius to understand that the further the light source goes up, the more the sun rays would spread out and become parallel. The reason you'd even think that the
Earth was flat, wouldn't it be sunny all the time? I mean, have they ever even thought about it?
If you'd let me finish, the reason you'd even think the sun would be visible from anywhere on Earth is because of the images they have shown you. No one promoting this bull stands for truth. You can keep believing in your fantasy gas ball 93 million miles away.
You can keep believing in your fantasy gas ball.
While we keep experimenting to try and figure out what the sun actually is, and how close it could be. With a local hotspot, it should be easy to comprehend that the sun is small and close to you.
To put that in perspective, imagine a table 2 meters wide in a completely dark room, and you're holding a small but very bright light bulb, 3.4 millimeters across. and you were holding it about 31 centimeters above the table. What you'd see is a circular pool of light directly on the table, beneath the light bulb. But on the other side of the table, it would be in darkness. Now, it seems to our mind that if you were on the other side of the table, you would see the light because it's, above the table. But that's not true, because on that part of the table, it's in darkness, meaning that the light isn't physically reaching that part of the tabletop.
Your senses are correct.
We're also told that the sun sets because as the Earth rotates us away from the sun, it's actually obscured by the physical curvature of the Earth. That's not what we see.
What we see is a local sun that is taking its local light with it. What happened to the horizon glowing across half of the world? Most sunsets are already fading through pollution, dander, chemtrails, and fog. Plus, refraction will always make the sun seem like it's going down, as well as your perspective.
It would appear to sink down in your field of view. That's perspective. The further away you get from it, the lower it will appear.
Right.
It doesn't physically change its height. It just appears that way to your eyes, until eventually it will disappear behind the horizon formed by your eye's vanishing point. Your eye has an angular resolution of 0.2 degrees. And anything
I'm just asking, I'm just asking for a bunch of friends on here, you feel me? Like, they still can't answer my question. Like, if the sun is out there, right, and it's bigger than the earth, and why is it so-called cold in outer space? Why would you freeze if we're in between the sun and the sun heats up the earth? I'm not... saying that it's completely flat, but I'm just, I just got questions, you feel me? And then, like, if we're in this, if we're just spinning and everything is spinning, everything is so perfect in our universe, why ain't the moon spinning? Why do we only see one side of the moon? Why is that locked? We can clearly see the sun spinning, though. We can see the sunspots on it turning. Coronal mass ejection all the time. We're supposed to be spinning. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. Don't start no war, just have an intelligent conversation with a bunch of intelligent beings. That's what's on this channel, and I appreciate y'all. Let's keep it that way.
Or is it called
It's flat. It's flat. Thank you very much, mate. God bless.
A man asked the pilot if the Earth is flat.
I talked to the pilot. You're the pilot? How long have you been flying for?
For Delta 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or not?
You know it's flat.
You know it's flat? How long have you been flying for, you said?
Over 30 years.
And when you tell people that, do they think you're crazy or not?
Only one person.
They built it for a flat, stationary Earth, and my goal is for some young fighter pilot to listen to what I just said, go out tomorrow, and set the bottom of your L-strobe on your altitude, run it out there to 80 miles, and that bottom altitude on your cursor will stay the same.
You're a pilot?
Yes, sir.
One question. When you descend in the air,
Yeah.
do you dip or do you go straight?
It's straight.
Straight?
I think I'm more with the nose out. That's it.
Like straight. You don't dip into the...
No.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
you.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No, there's no curvature?
It's just all flat.
Hello, pilots. Is the Earth flat around? Thanks. I'm with you.
Whenever you fly your plane, do you ever account for curvature?
No.
Do you ever account for Coriolis or Earth spin?
No.
Do you ever see the Earth curving?
Crazy. No.
Does water find its level?
Yes.
Does it always find its level?
Yes.
Okay, so water always finds its level. Does water conform to its container?
Yes.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
No.
No? What did you see while we were up there?
Blue sky, white clouds.
Yeah, is it flat or?
Pretty flat.
Pretty flat?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Captain, you also wants to say hi, is that okay?
Oh.
Do you adjust for curvature when you get up to a certain altitude?
Yeah,
Yep, you're when you see the sun coming up on the horizon.
But the plane stayed at an even pitch throughout the whole flight.
Yeah.
So I mean, not too much curvature to comfort. More flat than anything.
Don't you close your eyes, you won't have a clue.
More flat than anything?
What was that?
It's more flat than anything.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm gonna let y'all know too. Look, when I used to do missions, you know, they let me sit in the front with the pilots, right? And I was asking questions. We were cool though. Our pilots was cool, man. And to keep it real with you, and I was there and landed. We landed in Egypt and stuff like that, you know. And I seen all these beautiful countries, and they all look the same, bro. As far as like the flatness, you know. I'm not saying the Earth is a complete flat plane, but look like it. We might be in Earth might be a lot bigger than what we think. That's kind of what I think sometimes, you know. I'm not 100% certain, and I'm not always gonna be on here like, oh, I know this. Nah, some channels be like, oh, I know this is this and this. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. But you know, just look like it to me, you know.
Ja, så säkert.
No way, man. What does it say there, that bit? Sandwich zone. Atomic zone. The South Frozen Zone.
Message.
Here's what you're seeing here. You've seen all the grainy footage of nuclear test blasts that is sure mushroom planets. There always these grainy things. There's always like little houses lined up. Yeah. Okay, so here's the question, right? So what happened? Okay, this is great. Okay, I love this. So what happened to the camera? How is that happening if the camera's like totally stable in one?
I never thought about that. Wow, that is an amazing question. If I look, I give credit where it's due. That's an amazing question.
And by the way, the film was fun. The radiation that didn't cause any damage to the film. And by the way, okay, we'll do this one.
Oh,
okay,
show
so
that.
wait a minute. First of all,
Wasn't there.
the car
No
comes
car.
from.
No car.
Second, this is really like the
Car.
Is that like a real car?
That's insane.
Is that a house or is that like right?
You know what it looks like? It looks like the smoke is too big. Watch when it hits. Like it's the volume, like the size of it, it looks small. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like we're looking at something that's like a few inches tall.
If you watch like Making of Star Wars, any of the movies before Season 9, you know, they're doing anything like that. It's always these tiny things.
Yes. This shit.
That's wild. I mean, that's wild when you think about it.
He just issued an alert for doctors here in the U.S. warning them of a new virus outbreak. I know, right? Another one? Okay, well, the agency is asking physicians to be on the lookout for cases of Marburg virus. And you might be thinking, what is Marburg virus? Cal Nasuro joins us now to break down what exactly it is and what the infection looks like. Hey.
Yeah, Faith, I got that answer for you. Marburg is in the same family as Ebola. Both diseases are viral, fatal, and can cause internal bleeding and damage to your organs. So let's show you a list of the symptoms people with Marburg can experience. These include headache, fatigue, and bleedings. And while there have yet to be cases reported in the U.S., the CDC says it is important doctors see the warning signs of this infection they are calling rare but deadly. This advisory came out in response to recent outbreaks of the virus in Tanzania and Equatorial Guinea. which had no cases reported prior to this year. Now, Dr. Jane Morgan with Piedmont Healthcare says it is contagious through bodily fluids and that you should see your doctor if you are having the symptoms we listed earlier.
It can be actually rapidly fatal. In fact, of the 14 cases that the CDC is tracking in Equatorial Guinea, 10 of those have been fatal to date. And so we want to make certain that physicians are alerted early, that we have a high index of suspicion, and that you evaluate and manage these patients early, because it really can be a matter of life and death.
Every time a baby is born, there is a bond trust account set up, and they trade it from the stock market.
Right.
And this is all documented, and I know it's shocking. Some of you are hearing this for the very first time, and you're thinking, oh my God, how could they possibly? They go so far as to trick us that, have you ever been to court and a judge says, do you understand? Don't ever say you do. Say, no, Your Honor, I do not understand. That simple little word doesn't mean what you think it does. You have just given him permission, if you say, yes, I do understand, that you're going to stand under whatever he wants to lay on top of you. The courts are admiralty courts. The judges, the attorneys, all belong to the Bar Association. It's still a little bit...
Hey, with that being said, though, there are still some great attorneys out here and people that are going to have your best interest. You just have to vet them, bro. Use discernment. Use a bunch of different things. But from my personal experience, man, my lawyers have been top-notch. They've been amazing in the things that they do. You feel me? And you got to be intelligent yourself, too, when you're dealing with these people. See, when they know that they're dealing with a person that's representing, like somebody representing you, and they feel like you're an idiot, and you don't look up law and stuff yourself and able to interpret, bro, I'm just giving y'all game. You can be taken advantage of. But once they know that you're bright as well, they're going to think twice about, treating you certain ways and putting shit over, But real talk, that's for everybody.
Behind me is a place called Indian Mound, which is actually home to the Rockefellers, and I'm here investigating a mystery that most people have never heard before. This mystery has been shrouded in secrecy for almost 100 years.
For a tribe of Indians that don't exist anymore. And that tribe was called the Timucus. And I said, well, that's interesting. My name's Tim. And anyway, I didn't know anything about the Timucus. I'm from Oklahoma. I've learned a lot of Native history, and I have some Native bloodline, but I did not know anything about the Timucus. So I just asked him, please tell me everything that you can tell me about them. There's something about the natives that I feel like I need to know. So he said, well, the Jekyll Island Club was actually built on top of everything that the Indians had. So they just kind of wiped the village out and built the club on top of it. So wherever the chief's house was, there was a cottage now. Wherever the council house was, there was now the Jekyll Island Hotel. And he said everything that's built and visible today is actually sitting right on top of something that was significant in the Indian village when it was.
Back in the article, I want to read down here. It says, in the splendor of Dresden, it is mentioned, following a suggestion I had made to Joachim Munchausen, that the Moors' tattoos and feather crown were taken from contemporary illustrations of travel accounts, and that the figure is supposed to represent an American Indian, okay? An American Indian. We're not talking about an African Moor. Indeed, almost every detail of the adornments of all four statues has a common source, a series of engravings of the New World by Theodore de Bry, okay? All the Moors we just saw, those statues, They're all American Indians. Among Debris' illustrations to René de Lanaudière's report about the abortive French settlement in Florida in 1564, we find the exact model for the Moors' tattoos, the exact model, again, the exact model for the Moors' tattoo in those of the powerful king called Satouriona.
Timucua, also known as the Santeria tribe. The Timucua were Native American people who lived in the northeast of Florida and the southeast of Georgia. Body tattoos, precious necklaces and bracelets, not an African, American Indian, feathered crown. On Jekyll Island, they put houses on top of their Indian mounds. This is the statue of Chief Santeria. We know the truth.
That shit go deep.
They don't
This
want
is
you to know.
Turkmenistan, a beautiful country in Central Asia that borders
About to catch a
Afghanistan, Iran, and Kazakhstan. Despite this beautiful architecture, these beautiful city streets, this city is most...
Video was almost over, y'all. You know how you catch a cramp when you sit down in like your hamstring or whatever, and you know, I don't want to kick it over because I'm gonna kick a lot of stuff over that's in the way right now, man. I almost ended the video.
empty. Despite it looking like...
I ain't never met nobody tough enough to just hold a cramp in. Nah, bro.
A tourist oasis. This is one of the least visited countries. Visiting there is no easy task to come by. It's quite expensive. You'd have to get a tour group, and the whole time you are strictly supervised and monitored in a guided tour. Even more so is the case if you want to move there. Acquiring a green card next to impossible. You have to know somebody, and it's a very, very lengthy and expensive process.
Mm-hmm.
Having one of the 5th largest natural gas resources in the world, it was set up until recent times. Turkmenistan provided free energy to all of its people. And it makes you wonder, looking at some of this architecture. It's looking like futuristic free energy tech right out of the old world. And the stunning and geometric patterns continue on to the layouts of these buildings. Just take a look at it in Google Earth. You will be blown away by the intricate detail.
Use Kayak's filters to find hotels that have the free stuff you want. Download the Kayak app now.
I picked the software engineering program because they pay very well. It's a fast-paced industry. The boot camp allowed me to keep my job, honestly, and continue working. My end goal.
In sophistication and designs that went into these layouts. Our Western media tells us it's ran by a dictator with a history of human rights violations. But with the track record of our Western media and the limited information going in and out of Turkmenistan, who's to say if that can really be trusted? Perhaps they lay intentionally closed off from the rest of the world because they are one of the last vestiges of the great civilizations of the old world, hidden away in the middle of the desert, a truly beautiful green oasis. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all dumb as hell if y'all still listening to the news and what they're saying, bro. Like, they all are saying the same things. It's scripted. But then they want to talk about people on the internet. See, what the real problem is that they know that they lost their influence, their powers. People find out technology that they wanted to suppress for such a long time. It's the same thing. You know why? Because the message, the words are going to get out, the evidence will get out. It will be shared amongst the masses. And this is their demise. All the deception and everything that they do is harmful to everybody. And, you know, people just hit, you know, people eating a lot better. So now all of a sudden, now they want to manipulate the, you know, the so-called healthy foods now. Like all of this old Beyond Meat and stuff, that stuff is dangerous, y'all. You know, we just got to be more hip, even myself. You know, I'm being more disciplined in myself. I'm drinking watermelon juice right now. You know, I'm still doing my fast. I did my blood work. My blood work came back amazing. Came back amazing. All my levels are amazing. Got my heart checked out. And my heart is great. You know, I had a little palpitation, and I was worried about that. You know, I gotta be real with y'all. When they get it checked out, I'm good. My levels came back good. you know, and I'm getting further checks. Just make sure y'all out here doing the same things, you know. We gotta make sure we take care of ourselves first, then we can take care of our families. I gotta be here to take care of my family, and that's it. You feel me?
Say free fries when you get vaccinated. You're saying I could get this delicious fries? Why not? But there's also a burger element to this. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination. Vaccination. We're going to keep rolling out incentives. We're going to keep making it easy. We're going to keep making it fun. We really, really need to get everyone vaccinated. So,
guys, this is what I'm talking about. Check this out. This is supposedly an organic strawberry.
Yeah, okay.
This is an apple. You see the problem here? There's no way this is normal. There's no way this is natural. And there's no way this is a regular strawberry. A real strawberry should be about this big.
Right.
We are eating fake fruit, and this is one more reason we are all sick, tired of that. This has a bunch of starch and extra sugar in it, and it is grown for maximum profitability. Okay.
Yo, the strawberry was like the same size as the apple. Look, y'all dead wrong if y'all out here eating them big ass strawberries. Like, look, I know, look, man, bigger is not always better. Pause. You feel me? But look, y'all understand. Look how big the strawberry is. You should feel weird even eating it.
All made for more if you like this kind of content. If you need to get help, you're on my food system, and let's go. Bam.
That's crazy. There's no way now. Miglo.
Scallops. They're delicious.
Oh my gosh, so bad.
So you think if you order scallops, you get just that. Scallops, right? Not always. My team and I are about to go on an ordering spree for scallops. We gathered samples of scallops from restaurants across the USA. Here at Fish House, a popular fish market in New York City, scallops are on prominent display. We ordered fried scallops. Then we sent them to Applied Food Technologies in Florida, where Molly Sims and her colleagues specialize in seafood DNA analysis. Guess what? The lab found there wasn't any scallop in the scallop.
We were certainly surprised to see such a blatantly false scallop.
So what if...
I don't know though. Y'all know where we live at, man. Are we surprised? Let me know in the comments down below. Are y'all surprised by that? By these damn scallops, bro? About them not being real? We gotta figure out what's in them though. You know, how fake are they? Is it fish? It's probably fish and some other BS in it, like the fake crab meat. They don't tell you when you go to these restaurants that's fake crab meat. But you can taste it, you can tell though too. You can look at it. You know what I'm saying? Just pay attention, y'all. Stop eating it.
Is it?
My best guess to what they were is probably some sort of surimi type product.
Surimi? What the heck is that?
That is the surimi fish paste. So it's a bunch of goo that's shaped like a scallop to fool you.
Is this fish goo?
Fish goo.
Dr. David Friedman, an expert on seafood and the author of Food Sanity, says of all the creatures in the sea, scallops are the most frequently substituted.
It's very common.
He says unlike natural scallops, surimi is a less healthy paste, typically made up of cheap fish like pollock or whiting.
They shape it. They actually roll it in rolls like sushi, and then they slice it in these little hockey pucks. And then they try to fool you into believing that it's the genuine stuff.
We went back to Fish House. We ordered fried scallops here. We had it sent to a lab. and discovered that what we were served wasn't scallops.
Imitation scallops.
Wouldn't you feel better if the menu said imitation scallops?
I ain't gonna hold you. My boy was about to try to run, y'all. Look, check the body language. Hold up. Oh, did I go back too far? We still can watch it. I don't even matter. Check my boy body language, y'all.
Scallops. Surimi is a less healthy paste, typically
Watch
made
this.
up of cheap fish like pollock or whiting.
They shape it. They actually roll it in rolls like sushi, and then they slice it in these little hockey
You gotta run that back, yeah.
And they try to fool you into believing that it's the genuine stuff.
We went back to
Check his body language.
We ordered fried scallops here,
Look.
had it sent to a lab, and discovered that what we were served wasn't scallops.
Imitation scallops.
He about to try to run.
Better if the menu said imitation scallops, so the customer actually knows what they're paying for.
Then I would have to. Do you have any idea how many things are imitation?
That's why we're doing this investigation. Over at Angel Fish Market, also in the Big Apple.
Wow.
guess
He said,
what?
do you know how many of these things are
Tried to
imitation?
speak to a manager. Are you serving fake scallops here? She walked away. Later, she confirmed their fried scallops are imitation,
Oh, my gosh.
and that they would change the menu to reflect that. At this restaurant, the lab says these so-called scallops turned out to be made of something called slimefoot fish. They sure don't look anything like scallops.
Well, that's an ugly fish, but that's so slimy that isn't even allowed in the U.S. Like, but we shouldn't be surprised by it anyway.
So how do you know if you're getting the real deal if you're ordering scallops?
You can trust your eyes and your nose. So you want to visualize it. If you see that they're exactly the same size like hockey pucks, that's fake. It should be irregular. And the other thing you want to do is the sniff test, because scallops have a sweet seaweed type of aroma. If it smells fishy, something's fishy going on. Literally, it is fake. Oh my gosh, so bad. No.
Hey, just eat stuff with scales on it, man.
At McDonald's, anywhere in the world, you will find French fries, and you will find that they're always made from the same potato, the russet Burbank potato from America that's unusually long and difficult to grow, but that's what they want. When you're McDonald's, you like those red boxes, a little bouquet of very long chips, and they further insist that they have no blemishes at all. There's a very common defect of russet Burbank potatoes called net necrosis. And you've seen potatoes with little brown lines. Well, McDonald's won't buy them. And the only way to eliminate that is to eliminate an aphid. And the only way to do that is with a pesticide called Monitor. That is so toxic that the farmers who grow these potatoes in Idaho won't venture outside into their fields for 5 days after they spread. And then when they harvest their potatoes, they have to put them in these atmospherically controlled sheds the size of a football stadium because they're not edible for 6 weeks. They have to off-gas all the time.
So Sharon, how
That's crazy. I know like 90% of the population have smashed on some McDonald's fries at some point in their life. Not no more though. Not no more, y'all. We got to cut it out. We gotta cut it out. Get them brown ass potatoes with the spots on it. It's good for you. Obviously. You feel me? If it ain't got those spots, message. Don't eat it. That's natural.
important
Crazy.
diet is to good health. And now more and more patients are seeking a fresh approach to treatment. 6235's Carolyn Long spoke with a local man who claims that food worked for him over chemo to fight his cancer. What the contestants on June's American Ninja Warrior competition hails from right here in Lee Summit. Running against time and impossible obstacles, 43-year-old Eric Ewing works out in the most unusual way. Who comes up with this stuff?
Right? 43 going on 22.
Especially amazing when you learn Eric faced a dire diagnosis 5 years ago while working as a pilot for SkyWest Airlines. A mole he had removed from his stomach came back as cancerous.
So I went from never going to any doctors, hospitals, Clean-Bill Health, having stage 3B melanoma.
And more tumors were found. The doctor suggested chemo.
With that chemotherapy, I had about a 40% chance to live 5 years.
So Eric read and read, questioned everything, and found a study from the National Institute of Health on his prescribed form of chemo.
It didn't increase your chances of surviving by 1%.
So Eric kept digging and finally decided to forego the conventional treatment method and try to learn cosmetics.
I would guns blazing with Gerson therapy.
Gerson therapy is unproven and extremely controversial within the medical field. The treatment shifts the focus from...
It's controversial because they want you to be in a state where you have to continue to buy that fake medicine and treatments that they give you. People don't really die from the cancers, they die from the treatment, from the radiations. It's breaking down your immune system. Instead of treating the good cells in your body, you know, you out here eradicating everything in your body. But whatever.
Cancer cells to nurturing the healthy cells. Eric even flew out to San Diego to take a class on it.
It's eating whole plant-based foods and juicing 13 times a day for 2 years.
It's a full-time, demanding commitment developed by Dr. Max Gerson in the 30s. It floods the body daily with nutrients through 15 to 20 pounds of organically grown fruits and vegetables. In addition to 3 plant-based meals per day, you can see Eric here in his kitchen filling his prescription for 13 glasses of fresh juice each day.
Every hour on the hour, from the time that you wake up to the time you go to sleep, you're making juice. And you do that for 2 years.
So that means quite an investment in an industrial strength juicer, and it also means no more dairy, meat, sugar, alcohol, or processed foods.
It's a very, very stringent, strict diet, and many people couldn't, unless they have discipline, they couldn't stick with it. But it works very, very well for most people.
Dr. David Clark is the naturopath Eric has worked with locally for his supplements. He's watched as Eric's tumors have disappeared one by one.
His progress is just very, very excellent.
Tumor 13 is the only one left, shrinking in my left arm.
It is bad food that got us into this problem.
The Gerson therapy is also the focus now of a new documentary called A Food Cure, just released in California 3 weeks ago. It follows 6 cancer patients of varying ages through their fight.
There's good food that can get us out.
Eric is just thrilled that the message is getting out that there may be another option.
The best shape of my life.
He even thanks cancer for his zest for living. Call him cancer again.
Wait,
what did you just say?
I know people have trouble with this, but I've learned so much about myself, so much about just understanding other people and just appreciating every day. And cancer for me is going to be it. I've learned so much that I couldn't have learned any other way.
And I have great news to pass along. Eric just had another scan and learned that 13th and final tumor is now officially gone. He is now tumor-free.
That's lit.
Please look at camera for entry.
Yeah, if you stand on the shoes, just up into the steroid, green light, that'll open the door.
Oh, stand on the shoes?
See, your dream, like your visual cortex runs in reverse, so your dreams are no longer safe. But we'll try this. So they had people watch a video and just narrate what was going on in the video in their mind. So the woman, she's hit in the back, she falls over. This is what the computer reconstructed the person thinking. See a girl, looks just like me, get hit in the back, and then she's knocked off. So our thoughts, are starting to be decoded. Yeah.
Message. You feel me? Like that's crazy. You feel me? Like, go ahead and look this stuff up, people. Like I said, don't believe nothing you see on this channel. Always go out here and do your own research. Don't take none of this stuff as fact, man. Because what you really have to do is discover this for yourself, man. This is, I don't want to be on here preaching and whoop 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 and you believe in everything I'm saying. No, go put your eyes on it. Do your own research. That is very important for you and your family. I can only lead you to the water. I can't make you drink. But at the end of the day, man, you got to do what's best for you and yours, if you really care. But I would say this, man, it's been a lot of changes going on, but we have to have y'all smashing the like button on these videos. We need to get this thing to like 20,000 likes, man, because what they will do is when you start speaking on the truth and stuff like that, they will change their algorithm on your ass and resulting in less people seeing the type of content that can help people. So I'm not saying this, and I'm not telling you smash the like button so it'll take $10 out your bank account. It's absolutely free. If you care that much, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and man, look, man, I'm gonna keep doing these videos. This is what I do. But the podcast is dropping really soon. Everything is almost here. You know, I gotta wait on different things to get shipped. But look, we're super lit. I can't wait to show y'all the setup. Somebody said, Dre, this setup is like those. No, it's just a wall. And the same fake ass plants that I had before. These are just for show plants. You feel me? All my real plants is in there. But the setup is coming. I'm gonna have some dope interviews for y'all. I need to do a poll for y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments down below who y'all want me to interview first. I know I've heard Yaki TV. That's definitely on my list. A dope interview. Billy Carson's. That'll be a dope interview. Black Magic 363. That'll be a dope interview. I want to get everybody in here, man. Just get their perspectives on certain things and have dope conversations, man. But look, like I always say, man, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. And I'm out though. Live.
I've shot a ton of CEOs, 12 covers. This snake thing has got to be the craziest origin story I've ever heard.
Honestly, it was boring compared to what came next. We started off in
Because wherever the story is, we'll take you there. You're streaming ABC News Live.
Extreme weather coast to coast.
Oh my God, dude!
From tornadoes to devastating heat taking a toll on millions, we're covering the extreme weather impacting the country and the devastating results when we took a dive off of the Florida coast. Plus,
what keeps you up at night? Technical surprise. And that could be adversary technical surprise or extraterrestrial technical surprise.
In his first exclusive TV interview, we speak with the man tasked with chasing down all those UFO claims and ramped up year after year and trying to answer the question, will we ever see proof of extraterrestrials in our lifetimes? And
as a white person, I had thought about, I get to contribute to a culture that I grew up in and that I have a great love and respect for. And I'm very appreciative, grateful for all that I've gotten to, do in this space.
Hip-hop and rap started in black and brown communities, and it's gone global. Now some of the biggest faces of the genre breaking into the field and counter accusations of racial and cultural appropriation. We bring you the growing world of so-called white rap. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Davis. Thank you so much for streaming with us. We're following those stories and much more, including impending federal charges that could be handed down against former President Trump as his aide makes a grand jury appearance just hours ago. Plus, the NFL approves the sale of the Washington Commanders the same day its owner is hit with allegations he improperly hid finances and inappropriately touched a cheerleader. And the Women's World Cup is kicking off in New Zealand. We're there for a look as America prepares for its very first match. Our correspondents are fanned out around the world covering those stories and much more for us tonight. But we do begin once again with the severe weather threat and the extremes worldwide. Today, Europe's climate change service confirmed the first 2 weeks of July were likely the hottest 2 weeks ever recorded in history. And tonight, Greece is just the latest country to face those massive wildfires. We'll take you there in a moment. Here at home, that relentless and dangerous heat is not loosening its grip. More than 100 million Americans remain under heat alerts, and all that heat is destroying Florida's crown jewel, its coral reefs. Ginger will have more on that in a moment. We begin with our Trevor Alton, North Carolina, where cleanup is just beginning after a devastating EF3 tornado destroyed a Pfizer plant and ripped roofs right off of homes.
To a terrifying new video showing the moment the roof peeled off this home. Seconds later, a neighbor's home flying by as that EF3 tornado bore down on families outside Raleigh, North Carolina Wednesday. Packing 150-mile-an-hour winds. That twister up to 6 football fields wide on the ground for more than half an hour.
In 150-mile-an-hour winds, some of these homes never stood a chance, and the power lines certainly didn't either. This was a 16-mile path of destruction. You see there's dozens of vehicles just in this spot. It is a gigantic effort to get the power back on.
I'm scared.
All of us were scared. Pat Smith was golfing and caught in a cart when the tornado roared through.
A tree fell behind us, and then it started falling everywhere. And we just ducked down. You can't really remember much, you know what I mean? You're scared to death.
The twister plowing into this Pfizer plant in Rocky Mount. The plant is responsible for producing nearly 25% of Pfizer's sterile injectables used in U.S. hospitals. Pfizer CEO tweeting, "We are working urgently to determine the best way to get back online as quickly as possible while ensuring the safety of our people."
And people are certainly relying on them to get back online. Trevor Earl joins us now from North Carolina. Trevor, what are the impacts of this Pfizer plant being out of commission for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, so Lindsay, this is an enormous manufacturing plant for Pfizer and for the nation at large. According to Pfizer, it ships out 200 million units a year of drugs like anesthesia, medications that fight infections. And now the fact that this plant has been basically destroyed by this tornado, there's new concerns there's going to be an actual drug shortage, especially in hospitals. That's how big and important this plant is. Lindsay?
All right, Trevor Earl for us. Our thanks to you. Calls for change in South Florida after a farm worker died while working in the excruciating heat. According to ABC's partner station WPLG, Efrain Lopez Garcia was found unresponsive and later pronounced dead. Friends and loved ones say Lopez Garcia had complained about feeling sick during a recent shift out in the heat. This is one of at least 2 farm workers suspected to have died from being exposed to extreme heat in recent weeks. And as a record number of Americans visit Europe this summer, temperatures there are soaring. In Greece, wildfires burn in the suburbs of Athens, forcing evacuations. Firefighters from across the continent have come in to help. Our Marcus Moore reports from Athens, Greece tonight.
Man, I feel good. Could be the food I'm eating. Or these toys to get my mind right. Or maybe it's Petco keeping me healthy for less money. Oh, a burger.
Better quality pet care for less human money. Get up to 50% off during our clearance event at Petco.
Tonight, the dangerous heat wave spreading across Europe as extreme temperatures fuel wildfires in Greece. We're just outside Athens, where it's been hovering around 110 degrees.
They are still very much in this fight, not only from the air, but also on the ground. This fire popping up just a short time ago along this road leading to villages here.
We meet Maria Valavani hurrying to make sure her grandmother was okay.
You're obviously worried about them. You were worried about them.
Her grandmother, like so many others here, lost her home, but is unhurt. Atmospheric conditions trapping multiple heat domes across the center of the Earth, sending temperatures soaring here in southern Europe. And it's becoming a deadly trend. Scientists estimate more than 61,000 deaths on the continent last summer could have been heat-related. Highs now reaching 114 in Spain. In Italy, Sicily hitting 115 degrees in recent days. The usually bustling streets of Sardinia mostly empty.
People trying to stay inside in the shade. Marcus Moore joins us now from Greece. Marcus, is there any relief in sight?
Well, at this point, Lindsay, not in the next couple of days, because temperatures are expected to reach 113 degrees by Sunday. Then there may be a short break in the temperatures by Monday. But then after that, there's concern for this heat streak to continue. Lindsay.
All right, Marcus Moore for us. Thanks so much. Former President Trump could face yet another federal indictment at any moment as the special counsel investigates possible efforts to overturn the election. Today, the grand jury heard from at least one witness, an aide who was with Trump on January 6th. ABC's Terry Moran is in Washington.
Prosecutors with special counsel Jack Smith's office arriving this morning at the federal courthouse in Washington as the grand jury investigating former President Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election heard from another witness, current Trump aide Will Russell. In the target letter Trump received from prosecutors, he was given until today to testify before the grand jury himself. He didn't, and so an indictment is likely imminent any day now. Sources tell ABC News that target letter mentioned 3 federal crimes Trump could be charged with: conspiracy to commit an offense against or to defraud the United States, obstruction of an official proceeding, and conspiracy to deprive people of rights, a civil rights law that the Justice Department policy manual says should be considered when addressing schemes to thwart voting in federal elections.
Terry Moran joins us now from Washington. Terry, former President Donald Trump had until today to testify before the grand jury. That did not happen. The grand jury has now gone home for the night. What can we expect next?
What comes next now, Lindsay, is that prosecutors at some point will inform the grand jurors that they have completed presenting the evidence on these charges. That could already have happened, and then the grand jurors will deliberate and vote. It doesn't have to be unanimous on that question. Should Donald Trump be indicted on these crimes? And all of that could happen as soon as tomorrow. Lindsay?
All right, Tara Moran, we'll be following it. Thanks so much. As the investigation into allegations of inhumane treatment against migrants at the border continues, New York City will distribute flyers at the U.S.-Mexico border telling newly arrived migrants to, quote, consider another city and limit shelter stays to adult asylum seekers to 60 days. The flyer plans to highlight the high cost of housing, food, and other necessities that migrants will encounter if they travel to the U.S. Financial Center. In New York City, an agreement has been made to pay more than $13 million in a historic civil rights lawsuit on behalf of 1,300 people who were arrested or beaten by police during the summer of 2020. The suit focused on the protests that erupted the week following the law enforcement killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Police who were arrested or subjected to force by the NYPD will each be eligible for almost $10,000, according to the plaintiff's attorneys. If the settlement is approved by a judge, this will be the most expensive payout ever awarded in a lawsuit over mass arrests. North Korea is warning that the arrival of a U.S. nuclear-armed submarine in South Korea could justify them responding with nuclear weapons. It comes as U.S. officials are investigating the circumstances of that American soldier who ran across the DMZ and is now in the custody of North Korea. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz is in South Korea with an exclusive look inside the USS Kentucky.
It is this U.S. nuclear-armed ballistic missile submarine now docked in South Korea for the first time in 40 years that is prompting North Korea tonight to issue a dire warning, claiming they now have the legal right to launch their own nuclear weapons. We got an exclusive look at the USS Kentucky, the most destructive warship on the planet.
The Navy will not say publicly that there are nuclear weapons on board this submarine, but make no mistake, I am standing on top of hundreds of nuclear warheads.
This is our missile control center.
The commander taking me inside the missile control center.
So this is where nuclear missiles would be launched from?
Yes. Recommend grabbing onto this handle.
Then showing us where at least 20 ballistic missiles are housed, each carrying up to a dozen nuclear warheads. A major deterrent, says the U.S.
There's nothing holding you back. What would your thing be?
In the wake of North Korea's nuclear saber rattling.
Are you worried about the possibility it could backfire? I am very confident in our own nuclear deterrence.
Well, tonight, Army counterintelligence investigating the circumstances of Army Private Travis Kane's decision to bolt across the border into North Korea while on a tour of the demilitarized zone.
We don't know his condition. We don't know where he's being held. We don't know the status of his health.
The Pentagon saying they do not have any indication King's border rush was pre-planned with the North Koreans.
Martha Raddatz joins us now from South Korea. Martha, that was some incredible reporting from inside the submarine. But regarding the nuclear warning from North Korea, how is the U.S. responding?
Well, the U.S. is responding to North Korea's new threat, saying that unlike North Korea's actions, the U.S. efforts to improve the defense posture and protect citizens with that submarine is not in violation of UN Security Council resolutions. Lindsay?
Martha Raddatz for us, reporting from South Korea. Thanks so much, Martha. Staying overseas in Ukraine tonight, U.S. officials have confirmed that American-made cluster munitions are now in use on the front lines. As Russia has stepped up its retaliatory strikes on Ukrainian ports, at least 3 civilians were killed overnight. ABC's James Longman is with Ukrainian forces who say that U.S. equipment is saving their lives.
Tonight, the Pentagon confirms Ukraine is using U.S. cluster munitions for the first time on the battlefield against entrenched Russian forces. At this rear position in southern Ukraine, more American weaponry is ready for deployment.
This is the US-made Bradley. It's a piece of equipment that Ukraine values really highly in this counter-offensive because it keeps its men safe whilst being able to go on the attack.
The armor is much more effective, says this operator, than the Soviet equivalent. If it wasn't for this type of vehicle, he says, I wouldn't be speaking to you right now. And there's more US artillery here. The Paladin is a piece of precision artillery kit that can fire at targets up to 15 miles away. US cluster munitions now part of its ammunition supply.
He's explaining just from this little piece of paper. He's saying that's the Ukrainians, and the Russians fire and they miss repeatedly. This piece of kit, in return, only takes 2 or 3 efforts to try to hit the target. That's why having US equipment is so valuable to Ukraine.
Ukraine needs all the help it can get. Russia pounded cities in the south with missiles and drones for a 3rd consecutive night, targeting grain export facilities again.
They're really going for the jugular, going after that grain. James Loman joins us now from Ukraine. James, the White House has a new warning tonight for Russia.
Yeah, that's right, Lindsay. It does feel like things are escalating over this grain shipment issue. The White House warned that the Kremlin has now mined sea routes and may be setting the stage for attacks on grain shipments. Ukraine has now said they'll now also view any ship that's heading into a Russian-controlled port as a legitimate military target. A tense time. Lindsay?
Intense indeed. All right, James Longman reporting in from Kyiv, Ukraine for us tonight. Thanks, James. The Washington Commanders are no longer owned by Dan Snyder. During a special session, NFL owners voted to unanimously approve the team's sale from the Snyder family to a group led by Josh Harris. The Harris Group is paying just over $6 billion, a record sum for a North American sports franchise. Snyder owned the majority of the Commanders since 1999, and his family became the sole owners after he bought out his limited partners 2 years ago. The temperatures of the ocean are soaring off the coast of Florida, hitting well over 90 degrees. It's devastating and deadly to the coral and marine life there and could have dire implications for us all. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z has the latest.
The Florida Keys baking in weeks of record heat.
It's like this heat wave never ends.
July will be their hottest on record, and it's not just the air. The water is sweltering too. The temperature of the ocean around the Keys is up to 7 degrees above average.
We're not even close to what the previous record was, let alone the average.
Water that hot can definitely supercharge hurricanes, but it can also be fatal for Florida's vital coral reef. Just a few miles offshore and 20 to 30 feet under the surface of the sea, you'll find more than 80 species of coral, an animal that builds a rock-like exoskeleton, creating a line of defense, protecting the Keys from hurricanes.
If we didn't have this spur and groove reef system right off the coast of the Keys, these islands would be decimated.
It's also home to important creatures crucial to the economy. Between tourism and commercial fishing, the reef brings Florida billions in revenue. Over the last 4 decades, Florida's reef has lost more than 90% of its live cover to hurricanes, pollution, and constant warming.
They've hit the tipping point.
Carrie O'Neill and her team at the Florida Aquarium have been helping rehabilitate Florida's reef by breeding coral to withstand a warming climate, raising baby coral in their ocean greenhouse. 4 years ago, they planted 200 baby coral on this spot, and they've been thriving ever since.
So the team came out to monitor this site a few weeks ago, and the corals were looking pretty good. But our water temperatures at that time were 91 degrees on the dive computer, so that's concerning.
But now, with water this hot, this long, and this early, the coral can die fast.
And what does it look like? It'll really just look white, a very, very pale. Here we go. Here we go.
Within seconds, we saw it. Stark white. The coral is bleached.
Immediately when we went in, it was all white. And our big patches. So as soon as I put my face in the water, my heart dropped into my stomach. Sure. Yeah. It's a lot of work to be lost 10 days. We need to take action to stop the warming of our planet, or else scientists like myself will just constantly be trying to keep up with it and keep us from losing species entirely.
I think one of the most stunning things I learned is Carrie said that there are 3,000-year-old coral that have withstood the changes over time, but that this bleaching event, the last 10 days, has taken them out. Now, this is one of the observation stations that has been reporting those unprecedented heat levels in the ocean, but most of these marine scientists say you don't even need that data. The coral is telling us the story. They are very motivated, Lindsay, to get back in the lab and try to make another coral even more heat resistant.
Such meaningful and important reporting there, Ginger. Thank you. So much more to get to here on Prime tonight. A mother is accused of hiring a hitman to kill her 3-year-old child. How police discovered the alleged plot. And he's a standout NBA All-Star, but Jaylen Brown tells us how he's driving social justice change off the court. But next, have you ever seen something in the sky that you just can't quite explain? Unidentified flying objects are a global fixation. In our Prime Focus, an exclusive first look at the Pentagon's efforts to find answers.
You believe them. I believe that they believe what they're telling me, and my job is it's not a question of belief, right? It's a question of what can I go research.
Twisted Tea is a refreshing, hard iced tea made with real blue tea. Keep it twisted. Whenever news breaks.
Our families here in Poland.
Here in Kentucky, no match for the tornado.
From Monterey Park, California, on the ground in Ukraine.
Reporting from Uvalde, Texas. ABC News Live is right there everywhere.
From the scene of that deadly missile strike in Dnipro, Ukraine.
Reporting from the earthquake in Turkey.
From Charleston, South Carolina, on the 2024 campaign trail. From Kathmandu, Nepal.
Truckee, California, covering record snowfall.
Traveling with the president in Mexico City.
Here at this airport in Tampa, it's already shut down.
Reporting from the nurses on the picket line.
Reporting from Jerusalem.
Here at 10 Downing Street in London.
Streaming live to you.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is, we're going to take you there. You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live. Streaming free everywhere. America's #1 streaming news.
First thing in the morning.
There's a lot going on. Everybody in that home is okay.
To catch you up with what happened overnight. We are here at Fashion's biggest night out.
What's happening today? YouTube has unveiled a new set of policies.
What people are talking about. The new ad campaign.
Fast, straightforward,
With some fun in between.
a real-life Barbie dream house.
A name change for the Wienermobile.
First thing in the morning.
America This Morning
America's #1 early morning news.
on ABC News Live.
All right, here we go. Ready? Let's do it. Yes, it's the show America wants and America needs right now. This is What Would You Do? Let's go. How are you? Yeah. So what will you be watching Saturdays on ABC News Live? What would you do? I guess I just found out. The What Would You Do Marathon, 2 to 6 Eastern, every Saturday on ABC News Live.
My favorite show.
Welcome back, everyone. Unidentified flying objects have been an obsession for decades, spawning speculation and wild conspiracy theories. But are any of these mysterious UFO sightings proof of life beyond Earth? Tonight, after generations of investigation and theories, the government is pulling back the curtain, trying to separate fact from fiction. And in our Prime Focus, we have an exclusive first look inside the Pentagon's new effort to find answers, and the first TV interview with the man tasked with running it all. Our Devin Dwyer reports.
After decades of mysterious sightings, the Pentagon's top UFO investigator speaking exclusively to ABC News.
What surprised you most since you took over? There are a number of things that surprised me.
The government probe covering hundreds of unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP, like this declassified U.S. Navy video.
Oh my gosh, dude.
The unusual object flying quickly through restricted airspace off the East Coast in 2015. Some phenomena shocking everyday Americans too.
I swear to God, this is not a joke.
A Las Vegas family last month called 911 adamant extraterrestrial creatures had landed in their backyard.
They're like 9 foot, 10 foot tall. They look like aliens to us.
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles.
One whistleblower is so convinced, he says the government has pieces of alien spacecraft under lock and key.
Yeah, they're sophisticatedly engineered, certainly not by humans.
And Hollywood is feeding the fascination.
Now that's a proper introduction.
So do aliens exist? And are those unidentified aerial phenomena evidence they visited Earth?
To
separate fact from fiction, we went to the man leading a search for answers from inside the Pentagon.
I'm a long-term intelligence officer, scientist, and military officer.
Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, in his first television interview after a year on the job, told us everything is on the table.
What keeps you up at night? Technical surprise. And that could be adversary technical surprise or extraterrestrial technical surprise.
Kirkpatrick leads the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARROW, created by Congress last...
I feel you, bro. Shit, we getting fucking a thunderstorm right now. It was hot as hell today, though. Like, when I got up for the gym this morning, bro, I got up... Yeah, I go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. It was already 70 degrees. At 4 o'clock in the morning, it was 70 degrees. I'm like, I walked outside. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, that's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, yo, why is it so fucking hot out here? I got in the car and turned the car on and look at the ball. Like 70. What the fuck? It ain't no sun out. How is it 70 degrees? 4:30 in the morning. It's been hot all day. Been like 90 degrees all day. They talking about some places getting motherfucking over 100, like in the teens, 113 degrees and shit. Yeah, that's what I say, man. It's supposed to be hot. Niggas act crazy when that heat come out. Alright, I got this sleeve kind of filled in. I'm gonna have to come back and add like the white highlights on there. Now we just got this little teeny section of this sleeve left to do. I almost did it just now, but it's almost 6 o'clock. I'm hungry as hell. So I'll go ahead and take a break. I'll say that little piece for tomorrow, so I can do that piece and then probably come back and, like how I got some of those white highlights on there, I gotta add those further down in here, or more of them. Yeah, I actually like how that sleeve came out. It's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. So we making our way through it, bro. Slowly but surely. Oh damn, I'm about to run over the iPad. Oh shit, can't do that. Don't break the iPad. Oh man, I can't wait to finish this one. I swear. Can't wait to get done with this shit. I say tomorrow evening after work and Saturday morning, between Saturday and Sunday, my goal is to detail those pants. If I can get those pants detailed over the weekend, all of next week I can start detailing the book. And I'm not far from being finished after that. It's coming along pretty good. It was pouring down rain just a minute ago. Still hear a little thunder right here. brushes clean. Yeah. Alright, guys. Yo, appreciate y'all chilling in here with me, man. I know I've been working on this paint for a couple months, but we almost done with it. We'll get there shortly. But I'll catch y'all next time. I'll probably go downstairs and just game and stream. Stream some Call of Duty for a couple hours. So I take my head to bed because it's one of them days. I'm gonna turn in early tonight. I already know. I went to bed early as fuck last night, but tonight gonna be another one. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.